Well, Mark, Cambridge not in the best run of form. Is that a dangerous thing to come up against though when they're a side searching for a win?
Yes, look, I think they're a very good side. I keep saying this a lot. I don't think there's anything in the league. Everybody's capable of beating everybody. If we're not at it on the day, we'll come unstuck. And if we are at it, we give ourselves a better opportunity to win the game. And we're in a good place at the moment. I'm very happy with us. I always talk about the focus being on us, and I'm not in Mark's camp, so I can't speak for them. I think they've got really good individual players. I think Mark's an outstanding coach, and at some point in the season everybody goes through tough times. It's how you come out to them.
Is it refreshing as well when you look at somebody like Mark at Cambridge, who is new into his managerial career, and despite the run of results he's being given the opportunity to turn things around? We see it so often now, don't we, when managers don't get given that time?
Yes, absolutely. I know I'm not speaking on behalf of Mark, but I know he's highly regarded by the people at Cambridge, and rightly so. I think if you look at Cambridge last year on a points per course basis, I think they were top of the league, so he's done an outstanding job. People should be judged over time. It's always disappointing when anybody loses a job, and this year in the league it's like myself, Wade at Cheltenham, Ian unfortunately lost his job at Forest Green, which is bitterly disappointing. Scott at Fleetwood, so there's plenty of first timers. So I know from my own experience, I remember speaking to Liam in my job interview, and he said, what can we give you? I said, one thing I know you'll give me and one thing you can't give me. The one thing I know you'll give me is time, the one thing you can't give me is luck. So it's great to see. It's great to see the evidence of recognition of what's being done on a constant, as opposed to the potential of looking at the football's heavily driven by emotional state and results, and sometimes you don't actually see the evidence of the good work that's going on.
When you mentioned that group of managers there, all of you young into your career in management, or like Mark very early on in his career, is there a bit of a camaraderie between you when you meet up after games, because you can share those experiences and you're all going through similar things?
I don't know is the honest answer. We've had a lot of games this year and everybody's been really kind and helpful to me and incredibly respectful, and I don't mean I should get respect, no, I thought everybody's just been so warm. I'd like to think I've been that to other people. I make a point of speaking well about other managers in my press conferences, not because it's false, because I mean it. If I didn't like somebody, I probably wouldn't say anything. So for future managers going forward, if I don't mention it, but they're definitely guys that I look out for, because I obviously recognise and can understand what they're potentially going through, and so from the flip side, I do look at, I've followed Wade and Ian and Scott this year, as well as the amount, like, you know, Kieran in at Ipswich doing an incredible job. But yeah, it's not something we've discussed post game. We tend to just, I think post game is always hard. If you win, you don't want to talk around the game, and if you lose, you kind of don't want to talk around the game. So it tends to be little football chat after a game.
I was looking through the stats, and I know you look at stats in many different ways. You've lost as many games as Watford in third in the Championship, but you've also drawn, only Yeovil have drawn as many of you in the top 5 divisions. How do you look at those kind of stats? Are they positive stats? Do you see them as work to improve? What do you, when you look at how you compare yourselves to other teams?
I think on the latter part of your question, there's always work to improve on. That's ever evolving, even if you're top of the league. I'm sure Stephen at Plymouth will say, you know, they're looking to improve constantly. But I take it as a huge positive, because I think the last couple of football rounds have evidenced the good work we're doing. So there's a lot of the clubs in the second 12 tier of the table who have played all the big guns and come unstuck. I think we've been very impressive in that. What the table says to me, or how I see it, is we're incredibly difficult to beat. We've lost, I think we're unbeaten in over 72 or 73% of our games. We've lost one of the fewest amount of games in the league. So clearly we're well structured, disciplined, organised, hard to beat. what it's massively shown, the draw shows us, is we're a couple of goals away from being a really good side, and that's something we're very aware of. You know, we've drawn, I think it's 12 games, which says, again, we're really tough to beat, but if we can turn them D's into W's, then it's easier said than done. I think we'd easily be in the top 10, and I'm not saying we're a top 10 team at all, but it's the easy bit is talking about it. Going and doing it is another thing altogether. But we're trying hard. But I don't feel we're far away from being a very, very good side.
And just finally, injury-wise, any update on Joe Walsh and anybody else who's missing?
Yes. So Joe unfortunately has had a small setback. It's not long term, but he'll be missing this week for sure. And hopefully he'll be back sooner rather than later.
Next time you visit the LNER Stadium, why not try out the new look Legends Lounge? Situated behind the GBM stand, the lounge underwent a state-of-the-art redevelopment during the summer and is now the most stylish way to enjoy a relaxed match day supporting the Imps. Tickets are available from just £45. Upgrade tickets are also available. To secure your ticket or have any further questions, please contact the commercial department at Lincoln City Football Club.